Today we're gonna try and do this in one take, no cuts, or maybe a couple cuts. I'm not very optimistic about making this happen, but here we go. That didn't show very well. Let's try. Probably should have shaken that up. Probably should have shaken it up more. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, so Schwitz. Hold on. Schwitz. So a couple of reasons why I'm doing this stream of consciousness and I am not going to do any jump cuts is because of time, speed, effort, which I have little time, little speed, and not enough capacity for effort. I didn't film. I should have filmed this over the weekend, and I did not film it over the weekend. I filmed it, well, today. I'm filming it right now, and I'm going to publish right now as soon as this is done. Just as it is. And that scares the F out of me. It scares the F out of me because I like to edit. I like to edit and I like to do things, and it gives me a little bit of anxiety about posting something that I haven't really touched much. But we're going to do this because I feel like it's important to today's conversation, which we're going to talk about anxiety. We're going to talk about empathy. We're going to talk about effort. Okay? But first, I want to do one little thing. I want to celebrate the arbitrary number of achieving 300 subscribers. Woo! Currently, I'm at 302, which is, it could slip backwards because they do sometimes, but I am really stoked that I hit 300. It doesn't really mean much different than 299 or 301, but thank you everybody who subscribes and listens and watches and comments and shares and do more of the sharing and the commenting and the liking, because that's what you should do. In fact, you should do that right now. Go share. I'll wait. I'm still waiting. It's real easy. That button's right there. There you go. There you go. All right. So, told you. Straight through. Not stopping. Folks, I had a couple of conversations with some friends about anxiety and about specifically one friend and I were talking about producing content and how they were having a little bit of anxiety over publishing something on Instagram that was a little bit outside their wheelhouse, a little bit different territory for them, new groundbreaking territory for them, and it scared them. It scared them a lot. And my tendency in this space, in that moment, is almost always to just say, just do it, right? You can do it. That's what I meant. You can do it. It's easy. Just publish. Let it happen. And then wait to see what happens after you publish. Because your worst possible fears are probably not going to be realized. Like, what's the worst possible thing that could happen? And then you publish it, and that thing doesn't happen. That worst possible thing doesn't happen. Nothing really happens. The things that happen is people like it. People share it. Maybe somebody doesn't like it. Maybe somebody unfollows you. But whatever. If they unfollowed you, then they probably weren't the people you should be hanging around with anyway. But after having conversations with my one friend about that and some other friends on topic, we were talking about this on Twitch as I was streaming the other day, and we had a conversation in regards to anxiety and what that really means. And the first friend was asking me, wondering, like, how do you do it, Dave? Like, how do you just, like, post? How do you just get up here and do this thing? How do you not just, like, freak the fuck out every single time you go to send a YouTube video? How do you not worry what other people are saying or doing or going to do or unfollow you or unfriend you? Or how do you not worry about that? And that's not really the question, because I do worry about it sometimes. I do worry about that stuff. The real question is, why do we worry? Not why don't I worry, or but why do you worry about the things? What's the worst possible scenario? I try to get that question answered for myself, and then once I answer that question, if it doesn't feel like it's an insurmountable thing, whatever that worst possible scenario might be, it's like, okay, well, that's not likely going to happen. And even if something close to it happens, whatever, I'll just move on. You know, if I'm not going to die, go to jail, or go broke over it, then I shouldn't have any problem with doing things like posting stuff up on Instagram or putting my videos up on YouTube and being worried about what people think. Because quite honestly, I've just gotten to this point in my life where I just don't give a fuck. I don't care what you think about me. And part of it is I do care. I do care because I want to also be providing good quality content. I want to be entertaining for you. I want to be able to share things that make you keep coming back again and again and again. But if you leave and you unsubscribe, I don't think twice about it. I don't. I just don't, because it doesn't really matter that much, because if you weren't into it, so be it. The next person that comes by, maybe they're going to be into it more. That's the way I feel about it. So I got to talking with all these friends. We were talking about this and how perhaps my level of stoicism, my lack of anxiety in these scenarios, my just basically my lack of fear. And some people, she said it's brave, right? It's the bravery that I have here. Maybe my perception of that fear, lack of fear, that lack of, intimidation, lack of anxiety. Perhaps my perception is way, way, way different than the majority of the people out there. There was a video I did a while back, which I'll try to link to it in the description, or put it, here maybe. See, okay, so let me stop right there for just 1 second. See, I do this, right? Video here, boom. And on YouTube, that's great. But if I go and post this on Facebook, that doesn't make any sense. And so that right there gave me a little bit of anxiety. Tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of anxiety. But you know what? I'm just going to push through. So I'm not going to put it here for you Facebook people. There's not going to be anything here. Well, this is going to be here for you Facebook people. I'll put the link in the description. Anyway, so back on task. The thing is I have to be more empathetic to people about this. Oh, talking about the video. See, I'm already getting off track. So I'm talking about this video that I did a while back. It was one of the first few videos I did, and at one point I'm talking to people on the camera, and I'm sitting on my porch, my front porch out there, and I just say, sometimes you just got to get up and go out there and do it, right? I'm gonna watch. Let me show you. And I got up. I literally picked up the camera, walked to the corner of my street, which is a fairly the adjacent street out here is a fairly busy street, lots of cars, lots of people going by, and I just started filming. And I just said, look, I'm out here filming this thing, and I'm not having any problem with it anymore, because I have gotten over this idea that any of these people that are driving by care, right? And if they do care, why do I care? Because who are they? They're probably looking at me going, hey, the guy's holding a camera. He's probably filming a vlog. Where in my mind, in the past, it used to be like, what does that creep think he's doing? Why is he filming? Who does he think he is? Does he think he's some sort of YouTube famous guy? That's what my mind was saying to me before. Now it's just like, whatever, man. Hey, how's it going? I wave to people now. How's it going? On the camera. I try to purposely bring the camera down so that they don't have to be on camera. A lot of people are very fearful of that when I walk by, but whatever. So anyway, so I did that, and I just said, go do it, right? Just go do it. But really, do you Can you? Will you? And I don't say that because I don't think you will, because you may not. But I don't say that to degrade you, to downplay you, to diminish you. I don't say it for that reason. What I'm trying to say here is that maybe I am put here in this platform to do this thing because I'm the guy who can do this thing, and that you may not necessarily be the person to do this thing, and that your goal is to do something else in a different way and show up in a different place. My friend Nina and I had this conversation quite often, is that she was very adverse to much of social media. She doesn't like Facebook, doesn't do Twitter, wasn't really that into Instagram, kind of sort of into Pinterest, but not really. And then she got on Twitch and it changed her life. Changed her life. Now she's on there 5 days a week, sometimes 6, streaming in front of people live as unfiltered as possible. And it's just a weird thing that sometimes that you just don't know where the place you should be is the place you should be until you be there, which kind of goes back to this. You can do it, but for me, as the guy who's always pushing you to do new things, I have to learn to be better about understanding that maybe the thing that I'm trying to push you toward is not quite that thing. Maybe there's something deep-seated inside of you that's psychologically heavy that I shouldn't even be tampering with, that is trying to push you. I'm trying to push you in the wrong direction, and I should just kind of let you be a little bit. Now, I do feel like people need motivation. I do feel like some people need a kick in the pants. I do feel like people need to break outside their boundaries. This is not, you don't get off the hook for this. I still think you need to be pushing yourself to some degree. It's just that I have to be mindful that when I'm listening to people say things to me about the things that they're fearful of, that give them anxiety, that give them, a sense of dread, that I have to be more aware that it's not necessarily going to be just a rah-rah talk that's going to get them past that. That there could be something more, and I need to be, more kind and generous towards that attitude. So anyway, so that's what I'm saying, folks, is that sometimes I get up here and I say this stuff. You can do it. Get up your ass. Go do that thing. And I mean it. You should be able to go do that thing. But if we have these conversations and you say to me, Dave, it's tougher than you think, I'm going to believe you. I'm going to absolutely 100% believe you. And I'm also going to absolutely 100% believe that the reason that I'm here doing this thing is because I was given a special gift to be able to do this thing, and I'm going to appreciate that, and I'm going to honor that, and I'm going to keep bringing the thunder for you guys, even if that means I'm still going to kick your pants once in a while. Anyway, folks, that's it. I'm going to go. We're going to cut this sucker right off here. We're going to post it right up onto YouTube. No edits. 0 edits. Can you believe that? Fear, anxiety happen right now, but we're going to do it, okay? Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, enjoyed this conversation, do the thing, share it, like it, give it to somebody who really needs it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, tell somebody to come subscribe. That helps me. Let's get this to 600, and then 6,000 and 10,000, 100. Let's do a bunch of people. Go send this to someone. All right, that's it, folks. Remember, be good today, even better tomorrow. See ya. And now I'm pressing the stop.